This conference will now be recorded.
All right, let's call the January or the, be the January board meeting for 2021 to order. And the first thing on our agenda is the election of officers. And Matt, just sort of bring you up to what we normally have done. Normally, we have 2-year terms, but you got to do it every year. So this is the second of our 2-year terms. And normally we just work through the chairs. The year, like Dave just got off as being president. So next year when we do this, I will not be anything, and then Dave will become, and everybody will just move up the chairs. So, and then it's always for a 2-year period. All right. So
Perfect. Got it.
Okay. So the first one we have to do is president. Do I have a motion for the president for the 2021?
I make a motion to elect Maury for president 2021, and hopefully we have no riots at the doorsteps of the park office building.
I'll second both of those.
Yes. All those. I guess, do we need a roll call vote on this? Can we just do it by acclamation?
Yeah, we need a roll call for each office.
Okay. All right, John, we're ready for a roll call vote then.
All right, Ms. Corey,
Aye.
Mr. Denny,
Aye.
Mr. Mecklenburg,
Aye.
Mr. Metzger. Aye. Ms.
Okay,
Denny is elected.
Okay, that takes us to vice president. We need a motion to have Pat Corey as our vice president for 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. I think we're ready for the question, John.
All right, Ms. Corey,
Aye.
Mr. Denny,
Aye.
Mr. Mecklenburg,
Aye.
Mr. Metzger. Aye. Ms. Corey is elected.
Okay, the next thing would be the secretary, Matt Metzger. So we need a motion for that.
So move.
Second.
A move and a second. Ready for the question, John?
Ms. Corey,
Aye.
Mr. Denny,
Aye.
Mr. Mecklenburg,
Aye.
Mr. Metzger. Aye. Mr. Metzger is elected.
Okay, I shut up this time. You didn't start talking too early. Recording secretary would be Penny Spencer. Motion for that.
So move.
Did we get a first and second there, did we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I thought. Ready for the question?
All right, Ms. Corey,
Aye.
Mr. Denny,
Aye.
Mr. Mecklenburg,
Aye.
and Mr. Metzger. Aye. Jenny Spencer is recording secretary.
Okay, I think that takes care of our elections then. Next on our agenda would be the approval of the minutes from our December 14th, 2020 regular meeting. Motion for that.
So move.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, we're ready for the question, John.
Ms. Corey,
Aye.
Mr. Mecklenburg,
Aye.
Mr. Metzger. Aye. And Mr. Denny.
Aye. Okay. Next thing would be the approval of general fund claims in the amount of $8,126.36. Non-reverting claims in the amount of $1,477.87, and bond fund claims in the amount of $459,234.38 for a total of $468,838.61. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion, questions about any of the bills? Hearing none?
Ms.
John?
Corey,
Aye.
Mr. Mecklenburg,
Aye.
Mr. Metzger,
Aye.
and Mr. Denny.
Aye.
Claims are approved.
Superintendent's report, Ms. Claudine.
Well, Happy New Year, everyone. We're off to a great start. The first report I'm going to have Chad give you is on Mcallister Center. So he's got some good news to share, and we'll give you an update on both winter basketball and summer camp. So Chad?
Yeah, hi, everybody. We have started our winter basketball today. Actually, at 4 o'clock is our first team practice. Right now, we have 129 registered participants. I believe we got a phone call today. Tyler said we got a phone call to fill 2 more spots, which fills out one of the teams that we had that had about eight or nine on the roster. So that's where we're at, about 129 registered with probably 2 more to go.
Chad, I was recruiting a player. One of those was mine. I had to recruit him for my team.
Yeah.
Way to go, Matt. Thanks.
Matt always graciously adds the 11th player if they're good. You know how it is.
That's right.
No, I'm joking. Unfortunately, we get about 25 people that ask to be for you as the coach. So that always causes a problem too. So, but last year's winter basketball was about 167 participants. So I know that John Miner and I were talking right before Christmas, because we only had around 60 kids total at that time, that we thought there'd be a big push for registration, and there was. Over the last couple of weeks, we registered, over 60 some kids. And you guys know it's probably due to the pandemic and what's going on. Yeah. So our summer camp registration is the other thing that opened up at the beginning of this year. And right now we only have 11 registered campers. Last year at this time we had about 32. And again, I think we're probably feeling some effects of parents not knowing what they want to do for the summer, and if they're going to have time off. And a lot of people don't know that we held camps. They don't know we held winter break camp and fall break camp and through this pandemic. So Samantha's been getting all that stuff out on social media, and we're starting to get a lot more phone calls about camps, about summer camp specifically.
Good. Thanks, Chad. I wanted to commend Chad and his team for making sure that our basketball programs and all of our programs at Mcallister Center are very safe. And I think that surge in enrollment is huge, just with the direction that where we're at as a community. I guess everybody's feeling more confident in being able to socially distance. And I know Chad and his team have looked very closely at this and making sure that even at 130 kids, we can still make this a safe experience. And even though a year ago you've compared, and that's very, very different pre-pandemic to where we are now, I think what's more important is your fall enrollment numbers for your fall ball versus your winter ball. So you guys had 50 some kids participate, and now we're able to really accommodate that. And it's taking some tweakings, but we'll still keep everybody safe. So I'm glad that we have a resource like Mcallister Center in our system and for our community, because there's a lot of people that do need to work, and we're here to be able to provide a safe environment for their kids to go during the day when they do need to work. So thanks, Chad. Next, I'm going to give you just a brief update on the Carousel construction building project. They've been working very diligently over there. If you've been able to do a walk by or a drive through just in the last week or two, you'll see that they've had to tent the exterior portion of the structure so that they can start doing some masonry work. They're putting up all the brick facing, and there's a herringbone recess detail that is just amazing. It really complements the structure and adds enough detail that it really sets it apart as a masonry structure within Columbian Park. It's really very lovely. In addition, they are putting some finishing touches on the interior. They've gotten some drywall up. They're going to start painting this week and next. So we'll be seeing those details. There has been a railing change around the carousel structure itself. Because the carousel is an amusement ride, we need to be in compliance with actually Homeland Security for the state of Indiana, which is our governing entity for amusement rides. And so there needed to be a revision on that railing to make sure that it's in compliance, and it will be constructed to be in compliance. So that is a lot different than just your standard building code, but it's the width of the vertical rails that needed to be changed, as well as a height change. So I think that will be a not something that everybody's going to really notice, but it will work well for us in the long run. Let's see. We're working on some gas line things over at the carousel construction site as well. There's some additional things that need to happen with our sewer and sanitary over there, or I guess our storm structures need to be lowered. So there's several things that need to happen, but they are working diligently. And I mean, it's a beautiful building. It really is. Lots of compliments on that one. The next project I'm going to update you on is the Memorial Island project. If you've walked by or driven by, it seems like every day or every couple of days, there's some noticeable changes. Things that they've been working on. They continue with the installation of the seawall around the perimeter, and now they're able to really go vertically. The next thing that they're going to be working on is they're going to be regrading the lagoon bottom to utilize some of that material that's on the bottom of the lagoon to help support that seawall. As you know, we removed a lot more sediment that was anticipated. And then we had the soil issue around that shoreline, which we had to remediate, and they pulled out all of the soil, all the bad soil, if you will. And now we're left with a situation where we've fixed the soil and compacted gravel on top of that to be a support for that seawall. But now we have to regrade and utilize that material on the bottom of the lagoon, the clay, to hold that seawall in place. So we're creating a new toe at the bottom of that seawall. So you'll see that happening over the course of the next few weeks as well. And the crews are planning on doing that just as long as the weather holds up. And there's been a lot of water that has been collecting in the bottom of the lagoon that they have to pump out on a regular basis. Additionally, I know they're getting ready to, I think they have poured some stairs over at the amphitheater area, lawn area, where there's a grade change. I know Neil has been working on his paddle boat research, so we can be prepared to add some paddle boats to the lagoon this spring. Let's see. We just have a lot going on, that's for sure. And then the next project that you'll get an update on is Loeb Stadium. So John's going to go ahead and provide you with an update on Loeb.
Can I ask Claudia a question real quick first about the carousel?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When is a carousel supposed to ride itself?
Well, Dave, we've had some delays with COVID, so we're hoping that we'll be able to deliver a carousel as soon as possible, but that's still something that's being discussed. So we've got some challenges as a result of COVID. So we're exploring that and hope to have some new information soon.
All right, Globe Stadium. So work continues at Loeb Stadium. If you've been by, you'll notice a lot of work going along the sidewalk on Main Street with pavers and other finishing touches around there. And also, I think still to come there is some of the masonry work on those columns on the outside of the stadium. But that continues to move right along. The kitchen and concession equipment arrived last Monday. And so last week was a busy week unloading that and getting that kitchen and concession equipment installed. So those interior rooms over there are starting to take shape. Other work on the interior and finishes continue on the suite level and in the locker rooms. As you saw at the lighting event a few weeks ago, some lockers are up. I do believe the lockers are up now in all 3 rooms, and they are continuing inside. I believe they are getting ready to seal flooring inside the home locker rooms. I believe they've done flooring in the storage room as well. Our park maintenance team is working along the pathway, the sidewalk between Tropicana Cove and the Loeb outfield fence. There's some landscaping work that needs to be redone, so they are taking the opportunity to redo that edge along that pathway. Our team internally is working on several different requests for proposals that we're getting ready to send out. One being the Loeb Stadium signage package for the stadium. These are all requests for proposals outside of the construction project. And then we will be moving right along to, I think the next one up that we will be working on to send out will be the Loeb Stadium trash receptacle and recycling receptacles for the stadium, and then the furniture for Loeb Stadium. We're starting to put together that RFQ, as well as a beverage RFPs for Loeb Stadium, and also for the rest of the Parks Department. We'll be getting ready to be sent out here within the next week to 2 weeks. So a lot of things happening, both construction wise and also as we prepare for that stadium to be opened up and get ready for play.
Okay, thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Next, John is going to share an update on TPAR.
So TPAR is Tyler Parks and Recreation. It is our new software registration system that interfaces with Tyler Munis, which is the City of Lafayette's financial software system. It has been a long and arduous uphill struggle to get TPAR to the point where we felt it was a good software registration system for us internally, but also for our citizens. So we went live internally with that on January 4th. We are working through a few bugs right now, which I think we're close to being solved. They are using it every day at Mcallister Center. The zoo is preparing to roll out registration for programming on January the 20th. And at that point in time, when they are ready to roll that out, we will also roll out the citizen portal for our community members, and they will be able to register for programs and classes and also rental facilities online. So we have some work to do internally with our rental facilities in terms of getting all of the rentals that we have already scheduled and booked for 2021 into the Tyler Parks and Rec system, so that those show up correctly in the citizen portal and we don't end up with double bookings. So we are working on that this week, and we anticipate being able to go live with that citizen portal next Wednesday. So we are excited about it. And I think Chad and his staff can attest to that it has gone relatively smoothly, with the exception of a few bugs that have popped up. But TPAR has been, Tyler Parks and Rec, they've been very responsive to us and are working with us very closely to get those resolved. So we're excited finally, after this journey that we've been on, we're excited finally to be able to deploy that and get that out and start using it.
Yep. And I want to commend all the managers that have engaged their staff. And this, like John mentioned, this has been a long, arduous process, and it's required a lot of online training time. And the staff at the zoo and the staff at the Parks Admin Office and the staff at Mcallister Center have been very, very helpful. And also I want to extend a huge thanks to the Controller's Office and Rebecca for really providing tremendous assistance as well. So we're glad to be to the point where we're almost ready to put that whole process behind us and move forward. And again, the whole purpose of this is to streamline processes, make it more efficient, and be able to provide an online auction for our guests who may not be able to come into our office. So it should really be pretty efficient. Thank you, John. And then last but not least, we have our monthly marketing update from Samantha.
Okay. So over the last month, we have conducted several media appearances at our Light Up Lobe event. WLFI, Star City News, and the Journal and Courier all joined us. Each ran their own stories, and the Journal and Courier actually did a full photo gallery and Lobe Stadium update story. So that was really nice. Our Facebook Live event for that event reached over 13,000. So that was a really nice turnout. Our Assistant Zoo Director, Amber Frederick, did an interview last week with WLFI about the generous gift and resulting new work of art at the zoo, thanks to the Branson family. The story was a really nice way to pay tribute to Gary Branson and his legacy at the Columbian Park Zoo. If you haven't seen it yet, we hope you will come by and take a look at the new bronze armadillo medallion, which is located on the zoo's brick entry wall. So come take a look next time you're in Columbian Park. Finally, Tyler Wade conducted an interview with Star City News last week about Mcallister Summer Camp and Junior Camp Counselor Program registration, both opening up last week. He was able to instruct people how to sign up and just give a nice shout out to both of those programs. And just to kind of give you some basic social media updates, in the last month, our Facebook following has grown by almost 150 followers. So that puts us at 10,300 followers, which is really great. Our Instagram has seen 30 new followers in the last month, which puts us over 2,350. Our Twitter account is now up just over 3,900. And I'd really like to set a goal to get that up to 4,000 by the next board meeting. As we share Lobe Stadium updates, we are seeing a lot more engagement on Twitter with aviators and Lockett Jeff crowd. So it's really exciting to see that momentum build and that engagement take place. So we'll keep sharing updates there because it seems to be a good place to do it. No major updates on our TikTok account, but now that the holidays are over and the Purdue winter break is coming to a close, I have 2 new Purdue student interns starting this month. So they can help us get to work on the next great TikTok, among a variety of other fun and exciting things that we will have coming up this spring to market. So very excited about that. And I think that is all that I have for today.
Thanks, Samantha. And then, Pat, were you going to say something? Okay. And I was remiss in my thanks and my shout outs to TPAR because I failed to acknowledge our fantastic IT department who really spearheaded this whole thing for us. So without them, we would be nothing. So I wanted to go ahead and give a shout out to Andy and Rob and the whole crew. So thank you very much. And that's going to conclude the superintendent's report for today.
Okay, thank you very much. Everybody, thank you for making your reports. Very enlightening. Communications.
I have another question. Maury, I have another question for Claudine.
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Penguins.
Yes, I have
Where they-
information for you.
That's what I want to hear.
Right before Christmas, Neil got the great news that our amended permit was approved. So we are now approved to obtain our penguins. However, the weather is not conducive to those little penguins being transported from their facility to our facility. So now we wait for the warmer weather. So Dave, you're gonna have to wait just a little while longer, and it needs to be consistently warmer temperatures. So we're probably looking at March or even April before we are able to get the birds. But we waited this long, we can wait a little longer.
That's great news. I'm glad to hear we're finally gonna have penguins.
Woo!
Any other board members have any questions or comments? Hearing none. Public? We don't have them available, but I see that we got Neil and Michael and Rob there and Jeremy. Do any of you have anything to add today? My wife is saying she's public. She's here too.
I want to get friends. I'm waiting.
And any written communications this time, John?
No, we did not.
Okay. Any other good order for the board today? If not, I'll ask for a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second,
We're ready for the roll call, John.
Ms. Corey,
aye.
Mr. Mecklenburg,
Aye.
Mr. Metzger,
Aye.
Mr. Denny.
Aye. Thank you to everyone for attending and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This